Hi, my name is David Hartmann. I wanted to do a few short videos for you to talk about what's in my upcoming workshop with international lectures on where numerology, archetypes, spirits, and Chinese medicine meet. So let me share my screen. Okay, so basically across the three videos, we're just going to run through a few bits and pieces. So for those of you that don't know me, just very quickly, I started studying Chinese medicine in 1993. Started treating people in the clinic in 1994. So essentially been treating patients for 30 years. Also did my master's degree back in 2009. I've been a lecturer since 2000 at different colleges around Australia, but also internationally. Also written subjects and entire courses for various colleges around the world as well. I have two international textbooks, Acupoint Dictionary and sorry, excuse me, the acupuncture point combination text as well, and have actually got 5 self-published tuning fork textbooks as well. And I also do national and international workshop presentations, including this one that I'm doing for international lectures. So the idea behind this is to look at merging the concepts of Western numerology with the 5 element archetypes and 5 spirits of Chinese medicine, looking at, I guess, the ancient Chinese thinking into more modern Western and Chinese thinking as well. It's September 20, 21, 22, and it's at the Contact der Kontinenten in Soesterberg, if that's how you pronounce it correctly. I've been there twice before. It's really, really nice. It's really looking forward to coming there again. Always a good bunch of people that come as well. The idea behind the workshop is they'll give you a little bit of theory and then you get to practically apply that, receive treatments, give treatments, watch treatments. If there's anything interesting that needs demonstration, I'll do that as well. The workshop purpose is to provide participants with a better understanding of each of the 5 element archetypes: wood, fire, earth, metal, water, the 5 spirits, Hun, Shen, Yi, Po, and Qi, and numerology, specifically within your ruling life path number, your personal year number, and also the arrows of Pythagoras. So in terms of what we're trying to do with it, basically the idea is that if you can understand archetype systems, it will allow you to better appreciate who your patient is, how they operate in their worlds, how they tick. You can communicate in their language. Your patient will feel like you really understand them. As you go through the workshop, learn about yourself too. What is your archetype? Which of the 5 spirits do you resonate with? Which ones are a little bit deficient? What are your numerology archetype numbers? And then you'll start to do it for friends, family, not just your patients. So no matter what your diagnostic tool is, whether it's Zhang Fu, patterns of disharmony, 5 elements, whatever it is that you diagnose with, you can also do actual treatments for their archetype, which is really, really interesting because now you're treating, really getting down into that deeper layer, that ben or root. So effectively, this workshop gives you tools to work on your patient's immediate signs and symptoms, as well as their underlying genetic makeup. So you can do one or the other or both. You can continue to keep treating patients the way you always have, but now you can understand the patient more, or you can treat them for their archetype because you know them, you know that archetype now, or you can actually do both, treating both the signs and symptoms and the underlying genetic makeup. So Ben and Biao, essentially root and manifestation. So you'll learn each of the 5 element archetypes, and by the end, usually people can rank them 1 to 5, from most dominant through to the secondary support, through to 3, 4, 5 in that order. For me, it's pretty clear, my 1, 2, and 5, and then my 3 and 4 tend to swap depending on what I'm having to do at any given point in a day. So earth or metal will come in as my 3rd and 4th, whereas the other 3 are very distinct. very distinct that I'm fire, my support is water, and my least is wood. So when you know the ranking, you can treat also according to that ranking system as well. You'll learn the 5 spirits, the Hun, which is your dreaming soul, your Shen, which is all of your spirits, all of your emotions, your Yi, which is your thought, intellect, intention, your Po, which is your grounded soul, your action soul, your non-action soul, and your G, your willpower, drive, determination, courage, that sort of thing. With any of those, they tend to operate, if this is the balance point, some will go into excess, some will go into deficiency. The idea is that they kind of move in between that space based on what you're most needing. But we often end up with spirits that we prefer, and then some will end up more deficient as a result. So we look at what those are and then how you can treat that as well. And then with numerology, a ruling life path number is your date of birth into a number. Personal year numbers is every year on your birthday. For that 1 year, the number changes, and then the following year it changes again. The arrows of Pythagoras, not everyone has these, but most people do, and they tend to outline strengths or weaknesses within your character. And so once you again know these, it can help you in terms of how you treat your patients, how you communicate with your patients as well. So tying it all together, you have hundreds of different ways that you can treat your patients. And this workshop will give you tools to work out which of those treatments will suit your patient at that exact point in time that you're treating them. And that's the whole point of it, really. So that's the end of this particular little video. I'm going to continue with 2 more. Part 2 will look at a case study between 2 separate people and giving a closer look at their numerology and their archetype as well. So I will jump off and I will talk to you again in part 2. Thank you very much.